Hey everyone, Sophia here. Welcome back. It's Saturday. We're in the middle of a storm. I can't remember the name of it. First big one of the season. It's coming all the way down from Florida. And it's raining, and it's canceled a whole bunch of events for us, including the first day of competition for band, which was supposed to be today. So I find myself with having more time than anticipated, and here's my plan. I'm going to finish today. I'm going to do probably 3 videos. First one, I'm going to finish the counter. Number 2, I'm going to do the cubby and start bringing in the supplies and the stuff, and 3 is probably going to be a dry run, and I couldn't be any more excited. And some of you are telling me that you're happy for me because you're seeing my excitement, and my happiness apparently is palpable. And I'm telling you again, I wish this for you. I've watched a lot of videos on entrepreneurship and read a few books on people starting their own businesses. And one thing that is a common thread is the passion that goes with it. If you can find something that you're passionate about, you know what they say, right? Do a job you love, you'll never work another day. This is not work for me. It is busy work when it's done properly. But otherwise, it's not work, because I really enjoy sourcing items and reselling them, and I love vintage and antique stuff. That's just my little passion. You can see that you really don't have to have a elaborate setup to have a business. I'm not comparing myself to Bill Gates, so let's not start, okay? But he started Microsoft in his garage on a tiny little desk. There's countless stories like this of people who started a big enterprise out of nothing. And I'm not going to have an entire retirement income out of Frenchy and Tubby. I'm perfectly aware of that. My floors are creaking, right? Scott's in the living room. We're going to wait for him to pass. Here we go. I'm perfectly aware that I'm not going to retire on Frenchy and Tubby alone. Okay, so that's the reason why I have different sources of income plus, employment and other things. But what I'm trying to do here, ultimately, is keep myself busy and happy during my retirement years. If I can continue to do this past my employment age, man, I'll be happy like a pig in, okay? Because this is something that brings joy to me. And because there's joy backing it up and passion backing it up, the time that it takes to set up, the times that it takes to make it just right and perfect is time well invested. For me it is, because I'm spending time really thinking about how I'm going to maximize the space and make the experience even more enjoyable. So that when I walk in and I start working in here, it's not a chore. See, that's the problem. A lot of people start businesses that they really don't believe in. And as a result, they become chores. I give you, for instance, a lot of people open laundromats, okay? They're great income, no interest in it. If I was to open a bunch of laundromats, I can guarantee you the whole thing would fail, because I have zero interest in it. It's not something I'm passionate about. Yes, it's good income, but it takes, you have to have the drive for it. So I'm hoping that one day you're going to get up and say, you know what, I'm going to open a business. In particular, if you're a woman, I'm going to open a business. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be a product that you make. There's so many opportunities out there to make an extra income, whether it's Amazon, FBA, fulfilled by Amazon, or it's, drop shipping, or it's flipping houses, or it's what I'm doing, reselling. Or maybe you want to design stuff on Canva and sell stickers and journals or whatever. It takes time to build, but if that's what you want to do, I'm not stopping you. I'm absolutely not stopping you. And I don't care if it's successful, you're making $7,000 a month or $7,000 a day. At the end, What I want for you is to build something. Build something that makes you happy and makes you proud of yourself. An accomplishment. That's what I want for you. And this to me is an accomplishment. I'm not talking about the room. I'm talking about the whole thing. The YouTube, the Patreon, the Frenchie and Tubby, the channel merch. It's an accomplishment. I want you to really think about it. You can start a business today. You don't need a whole setup. You don't need a whole bunch of stuff. You can outsource most of it and then gradually build upon it. And don't listen to the naysayers. Most of them come from family and friends. If you find yourself talking about your prospects and your ideas about your business, and people are shooting down the idea before you even get it off the ground, these are not your people. These are not your people. Stop talking to them about your stuff. Go do it. And then when it's successful and it's launched and it's happening, then you can talk about it. That doesn't mean they're going to stop and be happy for you, because a lot of people don't have the capacity to be happy for you. They just can't. They want you to fail. There's a lot of people out there who want you to fail. They don't want you to have novel ideas. They don't want you to be creative. They don't want you to do better than them. They want to be on top. These are not your people. If you have a business idea, I'm not stopping you. If you have a business idea and you want to do something, and my business is a nothing, okay? I'm aware. I'm totally aware. I am not acting like I'm like some super entrepreneur here, all right? It's a small business. I buy stuff at Goodwill and I resell it for a profit. That's the gist of it. It's not a huge thing. I'm not changing humanity with products, nothing. It's simple. It's a simple business, but it's a business and it's mine. And I build it. And I want that for you. I want you to go and start a business. Ladies, I don't care what it is. You want to do embroidery on hats. You want to do baby cloth diapers with, designs on it. You want to design stickers. You want to pens. You want to make mugs. I don't care. If that's something that you want to do and you want to try, go do it. Because at the end, when we're all in a nursing home, the last thing I want for any of us is for us to be drooling in a chair and saying to ourselves, I had dreams and I did nothing but waste my life. I didn't try any of those things I said I was going to do. I'm going to die knowing that I've done my best trying all of my ideas. And if they fail, they fail. But I know I died trying. So that was my little pep talk. Let's get started. I'm excited. This is gonna look so good. I already bought some stuff. I got a power strip that also has USB plugs in it. Very useful. I found on the street, I gotta find it. I am bringing it down. A little calendar whiteboard erase thing. So I'm going to bring that in. And I also bought, so that I found on the street, but I bought a small cork board, to keep receipts or specific things. And for the cork board, I got little pig push pins. Yes. Let's get started. Hello. Goodbye. I have a guest today. So this is where I left off on Friday, right? I was just playing around. Clearly, I need the full length. And I know it's not a big deal, but the pipe bothers me. It just does. Okay, so we're going to remove the pipe. Some of you have mentioned I should make this white. I could, but please remember that I'm trying to have an area where I can take pictures and I want the dark background. So one of the things I was thinking about is maybe do the dark background only for one part and put a baguette or trim and then keep the rest in white. I could do that. But again, I don't want fatigue on my eyes. I actually have, if you remember, I had my eyes dilated. I'm actually having issues with my vision right now that seems to not be able to be corrected. So if I could avoid glares and, bright, it would be very helpful. So I think I'm just going to keep it all in dark, and maybe the top shelf will be white, though I still have the pink. So I may do the top shelf in pink. So what I'm going to do is measure from here to those brackets right here and cut this one length and then cut another length and attach them together and then do the top part. And I know I'm backlit, I'm sorry, on the subject of business. That reminds me, when I was living in Fort Lee, our neighbors downstairs, young couple, they moved in, I think she was only like a few months pregnant. They had a small business, and it actually was her business, and it turned out to be such a lucrative business, he stopped working altogether and they focused on that business. You know what they were doing? They were specializing in costumes for Chihuahuas. I forgot the name of the business, but they did it out of the basement. And one day they took us downstairs and we saw the basement, and it was nothing but racks. And it was all by category. So they had like Halloween, weddings, baby stuff. And it was all outfits, clothes for Chihuahuas, for the dogs. And it was the cutest stuff, like little tuxedos, little wedding gowns. They weren't even making them. They were importing them direct from probably China or Thailand. And they started doing this, and it got to be such a lucrative business. He actually stopped working to be 24/7 with his wife's business. How about that? I'm telling you, there's ideas all over the place, okay? So don't dismiss your own ideas. You never know. You may be sitting on the next big thing. Okay, so this is what I'm doing here because I got ideas. Remember, I want to be able to take pictures, right? And I realized I don't really need the corner. I can take pictures straight on, right? I'm thinking about doing one area here that's a little bit taller, and then the one area here would have a shelf here and then another one here. That allows me to put some stuff in there. It doesn't have to be very deep, but it's perfect for rolls of tape, whatever, tchotchkes. So I'm thinking, how much do I want? I think 18 is probably enough. So at 18, this is all assuming that this piece is straight, but it's me we're talking about here. So we're going to keep the full height for the 18. And then here, we're going to drop it down. Not by much. I could drop it down to let's do 12. That gives me a shelf that's about 6 inches in height. So this part here, all the way up to here, is going to stay within the same height. And then this one is going to go down here. It's actually going to be more like this. And the part that I'm removing, that's going to be about this, like this, is about 6 inches. And that 6 inch is going to be perfect to go right here as a shelf. And then I'll see if I want to add another one on top of it. I don't know why I decided to cut the big square on its own. I could have kept it, but nope. Alright, so this goes here, like this. And this goes here. like this. We're not straight, and I don't care because it's going to be, like I said, a thing here. Alright, so that's one, and the next one goes this way. And you know what? I may not need another shelf. I may just keep it that way. It probably behooves me to put a piece right here to close it off, and then put one on top here. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Alright, let me I'm gonna assemble those first before I measure the rest. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so that's that one piece. So I'll put it this way. Alright, so now I just gotta measure from here to here to close that off. And I think I'm good. I can't see anything. This was slanted a little bit like this. I can't lift the buffet anymore because I think that it's going to start to compromise it. So I put a shim at the bottom, but that's going to get covered anyway. And this is enough to take pictures. Should I put a piece here? I got to think. Let me sit on it. I got to think. Because I'm concerned that depending on the angles, I'm going to start seeing this. Then I got to Photoshop and remove that. Whereas if I move this a little bit more like this and put the corner here, while it will look bulkier, my concern is it going to carry a shadow. Maybe not. Let me sit on it. I gotta think. I like the idea of not having it, but again, this is where I'm gonna take pictures. And initially that's what I had planned, was to have a corner. This is high enough that I can put stuff in front of it to hide the ugly window. I think I'm gonna do it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I have this leftover piece from when I did it on the other side. I disassembled it. I gotta do it because I really need the corner to take pictures. What if it was shorter? Nah, it's looking done. Alright, let me measure this. That should be 18.5. And I'm just gonna cut this one and tack it to that side. Oh yeah, you need a shim too. Okay. So, that's this. Now this and the other side. Right, so I have the main, let's call it a skeleton. Alright, I just wish I had enough wood to do one length. I had to cut it. I didn't have enough. But I have the little corner here, and that's pretty much what it's going to look like. So what I'm going to do, before I start putting the contact paper, is use painter's tape to fill in the edges and make it nice and smooth, so that way I have a better surface, because all of this here, it's kind of, you can see like this is, you know, roughly cut, and I just want it to look a little bit better. So let me get the painter's tape and I'm gonna try to put it together. Now the problem is, again, a little off. I'm very off here. Oh, let's see if I can fix that. That's the problem with uneven floors. As soon as you add stuff to it, the more the unevenness becomes problematic. So if I move this up, what happens? Not worried about the gap here. We're good. So do I need to move the other one now? Not for anything. I could just have bought a new sheet of plywood, but I'd rather spend money on inventory and supplies. Okay, so I think I need to put 2. Yep. Alright, so we got 2 here. And you know, of course, this is absolutely not the way to do this. I'm only doing it this way because this thing has to be removable. I can't attach it to the wall, none of that. If I have a problem with that pipe, which brings, what is that pipe for? I'm thinking. That pipe is for the purpose of, it's actually the heating pipe. So if there is any kind of problem, this will just slide off. I don't have to unscrew anything. And the painter's tape actually does work. It helps you get a better edge. I'm not saying it's replacing sanding, okay? It just provides a nicer surface, and it helps hold things together. That's all it does. So I know that some of you are probably thinking, oh, here we go. It was nice and bright, and now it's all back to being very dark. Please understand, I have a migraine problem. There's times when I'm working, if there is any kind of glare, I'm in almost paralytic pain. Okay, there's no treatment for it. So if I could spare myself having to go into a dark room with an ice pack on top of my eyes in hope that the migraine problem is going to go away, I'm going to do that. And this is going to stop me from having migraines. I mean, I'm still going to have them, but right now I'm away from the light and I'm looking at this and I don't have any problem with my vision. I'm actually like, I'm not straining my eyes, nothing. So again, when you create an office, a space for yourself, just think about yourself. Don't look at catalogs. Don't look at what other people are doing. You're doing it for you, based on your needs. If you have medical conditions like I do, you do it based on that, okay? It doesn't have to be aesthetically pleasing to the rest of the world. You're the one doing the work, okay? Boy, did I have trouble doing the corner. I'm taking pictures of one of my mugs. I want to see how much I don't like the background because I got folds. Yeah, I'm gonna have to redo this. All of this here, I got folds, so I need to reorder some of that paper and redo the background. I'm still gonna work with it for now. I suppose for now I could do it here. Actually, if I do it further forward, I'm good. Alright, I'll reorder paper and redo it at some point. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to reorder some of that contact paper and redo the corner over there because I have folds and I can't get rid of them. And that paper, the more you manipulate it, the more chances you have of it ripping. So I'm not a big fan of the way it looks. I can still take pictures for now, but down the road I'm gonna have to redo it. I made a huge mess in the basement in the past 3 or 4 episodes. So what I'm gonna do is go clean that out. I'm gonna show you what it looks like, say goodbye because this is all I'm doing today. And yeah, this did not, it's what I wanted, but the way the paper is and the fact that I have a migraine, I had a hard time. I'm not gonna lie, I had a serious hard time doing this. And now I'm seeing blue tape, I got folds. What I think I need is a meds and a coffee and take some rest because I'm really having a hard time right now with the light. Okay, so I will come back. When I come back, I'll show you what it looks like. I'm gonna go get a bunch of garbage bags and start cleaning up the basement because it's really bad right now. Between the sawdust and the pieces of, you know, the backing of that paper, pieces of wood, whatnot, but this is pretty much done. At this point, all I have to do is the cubby for all of the cardboard. And to be honest, I don't even think I have enough wood. Well, I have shelves. I could use the shelves and put them as verticals. I have to think about how I'm going to do that. But yeah, this is ready. This is ready. I could actually right now go and clean stuff and start processing. I just don't want to do it while I have this mess behind me. I want to clean slate and be able to just focus on this. So I'll be back, and when I come back I'll show you what it looks like. Hopefully I'll feel better because right now it's really bad. I can't even wear my reading glasses, that's how bad it is. I'll see you in a bit. I just cleaned the whole basement and that felt really good. It was sawdust and you name it all over the place, and my migraine is actually starting to get better. So what I'm going to do is, if you remember when I unpacked the buffet, there was a lot of those. They fit in here, and this is where I'm going to keep them because, oh, we lost you. Hold on. This is all the pieces from there we go. They fit better that way. The packing for the buffet, and these are awesome to pack stuff. So I'm just going to stack them in here because that makes sense. All right, I am done for this video. So this is my counter, and I still haven't put anything on the shelves yet. Don't mind the decor, this is just temporary. There's nothing to do with what I plan on doing. I'm just putting stuff there random, just to see what kind of stuff I can put, and I may not even put anything, you never know. Again, I'm probably gonna at some point purchase another roll. Not right now, it's not an emergency, I can still take pictures. I just have these two areas here that are not great, and they kind of bother me, but it's not a big deal. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, it's all set up. Next, I'm going to remove everything that's on that shelf and start bringing my boxes. I have all of the styrofoam in here. I need to also put in my bubble wrap and the rest of my wrapping supplies, but pretty much done at this stage. I could start wrapping, I could start doing it. However, I have all these boxes. These are all the boxes that were in here, and I had to put them somewhere, right? So they're in the basement, and so they're in the other side of the basement. I need to flatten them, and I need to categorize them and put them on that shelf so that I have easy access to them. Once in a while you're gonna hear water. Not that. Did you hear the drip? Okay, that's the water that's dripping inside the sump pump. So it's working. And I don't have any water coming out, and it's still raining outside. So that's it. Let me say goodbye. I know a lot of you are not gonna like this all in wood, but again, I can't have white. Okay, my eyes are killing me when I have a migraine, when I have a headache. I just, and I'm gonna be here for several hours, I just don't want to be bothered with the light. Okay, so how do I like it? Very much. I mean, it serves its purpose, it's just what I need. Aside from that little mistake over there, everything is fine. I was thinking about maybe putting a little trim, like a quarter round. I gotta think about it. And that's about it. So the next time you see me, I will be doing cardboard and bringing everything onto the shelves, and then after that, dry run. So let me say goodbye. Exciting, super exciting. I'm like so close to being able to process. Decorative items, I gotta think. Remember, I have the board, which they're gonna end up being on that wall. The door, I could put a thing on it, you know, like with the baskets. I have nothing to put in there, so I'm just gonna leave the door the way it is. Let me close it. I could be working and wrapping right here, and I have plenty room. Plenty room. I mean, I'm not even touching the counter. And here I'm touching it with my hip, and I'm not even, just with the tip of my finger. So I have room. I have room. Plenty room to do what I want to do. I may not have enough room for my inventory, but if I move it fast enough, then I will. So maybe the goal is to limit myself to 2 full shelves at all times. And yeah, this is so exciting. Oh man. See, that's a good use of a total dead space in my house. Like, what were we doing with this space? Nothing. At some point it was the tool room, but it was too humid and cold, and not practical. The lighting was terrible. It was just no good. So I think I moved the tools to the garage, and then I moved them back to the boiler room. Then it was the room where I put all the Christmas seasonal decor in there, and it was just like basically nothing but piles and piles and piles of boxes, which was in itself completely crazy too. But since I've decluttered so much this year, all my boxes are fitting underneath the staircase in the basement, so that's perfect. So that left me with this empty space, and now I'm making good use of it. I can't wait. Playing my little music in here, having my cup of tea on its little warmer. I gotta bring my iPad down. I'm gonna need a stand for it, and maybe like a little keyboard. I mean, there's other things I need to purchase, not all at once. You know, gradually I'll take care of it. I gotta bring all my other supplies, the pens, my notebook where I write down everything. Super excited. I hope you are too, and can't wait to see not only my items but an actual dry run. I don't know where I'm gonna put the camera. I think I'm gonna have to like try to put on a tripod here looking, but then you're gonna see my back. I'll figure it out. But the dry run is going to be for the purpose of coming up with the right flow. You know, remember I talked about the choreography at the McDonald's? I got to come up with the right flow to do things. Like I got to be methodical. The least amount of time possible spent on processing a single item. And that's from washing it to having the box labeled and ready to go to the garage for storage. So exciting. So exciting. I'm gonna go and have a snack, and when you see me again, I'll be back here. I'll empty that space over there, and then I'll start stacking my boxes. And you know what? I may not even do the cubicles. I may just stack the boxes by size, you know, and that may be good enough. If it doesn't work, then I'll figure out something. And I'm only saying that because I'm out of wood. I'm totally out of wood. I used every scrap of wood that I had. And that includes the 2 sheets that Scott got me the other day. So imagine that, me being out of wood. Whatever I got in the garage is not big enough. Yeah. I can't wait. Guys, thumbs up if you still like it. I hope I'm giving you ideas. I hope I'm motivating you. Listen, if you're a good cook or a good baker, you know you can sell your food, right? There's plenty of people who do like little catering companies and specialize just in, you know, cupcakes by Sophia. Or lasagna. I'm only saying this because on Facebook Marketplace I saw a lady who actually makes lasagna. That's all she does. And she makes them in little portion size for 2 people, but you can buy it in 4, 6, 8, 12, and like, you know, the regular trays and or sheets, whatever they call them, pans. And she sells the lasagnas, and they're supposedly like really good lasagna. She makes it out of her home and sells. I don't know if you can do that legally, but I'm just telling you, if you have any kind of talent, put it to good use. Stop just living off the compliments that people give you, like, oh my God, you're so gifted. Put your gift to good use. Make a business out of it. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Who cares? What did you lose? Really? You don't have to invest a ton of money. This is under, I mean, granted, Costway gave me the tiles, the shelves, and the buffet. But out of pocket, it's under $100 for me. Because I really, you know, didn't spend any money on it. The most expensive would be wood contact paper. That was like $32 for the whole roll. You don't have to spend a ton of money to start. But you gotta believe in yourself, you know. And again, don't listen to the people who just shoot you down. Don't listen, because you never know why people do that. Do they do that to protect themselves, or they do that to protect you? And nobody got time to figure it out. Okay, just go for it, and then you'll figure it out. When you get there, you'll figure it out. I'll talk to you later. Give me a thumbs up if you still like this series, and can't wait to see the stuff and the dry run. Subscribe right here in the corner. Frenchie and Tubby on Etsy, coming soon with new items. And don't forget to subscribe to that. How do you call it? I think you like the shop, and then anytime something's new, you get like a notification, I think. I'm not sure. I don't know, because I don't... How does it work? Anyway, there's a way of you finding out when I post new stuff. But don't worry, I'm going to tell you anyway. And then you can check me out on Patreon if you want to support more projects like this, my shenanigans, my family, this channel, and a Patreon. Take a leap of faith with me and support Patreon at patreon.com/mygreatchallenge. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.